Let's talk more about this with immigration attorney Angeline Chen. She joins me now from Los Angeles. And I know, Angeline, you've been at the border working on this issue, so we have much to discuss here. But I want to start with this. More than 500 children are still not reunited with their families. Why aren't they? What is the holdup?
We feel that the government is not providing the right information. They don't have the data on where the parents are, where the children are. They're misclassifying the children as unaccompanied minors. We feel the government is just not cooperating.
Oh my goodness, so this is a systemic issue then? These aren't isolated pockets, right? This is a program that has no program.
That's right. Again, we're not allowed to go into the children detention facilities. We haven't seen what it's like. We've heard accounts from the children that have been coming out. It's a serious problem, and people are incarcerated. This is not just being detained. This is like prison.
Well, you said you've heard from the children. What kind of things are they saying? What happens to children who aren't reunited?
We've been hearing accounts of abuse, of not having enough food, being really, really cold, not allowing siblings to hug each other.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's been awful.
And what happens if these children don't have family here?
They will most likely go into the federal foster care system. They will have to go in front of an immigration judge to represent themselves on asylum. And if they don't have an attorney, they are doing this themselves, even if they are 3 years old.
Well, that's insanity, isn't it? And now the government is proposing the ACLU handle reunification. A judge just said that that's unacceptable, but that's demonstrative right there, isn't it, the complexities of this issue. So you've been there, and you, in fact, are part of a group of moms who are lawyers who've gone to the border to try to help with these cases. What challenges does that confusion bring to attorneys like you and your group on these cases?
Well, the judge demands the government to create a plan. We don't know what plan that will be. We don't know how sincere they will be in implementing a plan, what resources they're going to put into a plan. The people in charge, we don't know, again, what if they will cooperate with the nonprofits. It's very challenging.
So with no clear plan emerging, and as you say, what you've witnessed on the border is like they're incarcerated, are there social workers? You mentioned the nonprofits. Are there social workers? Are there volunteers? Do people have access to try to ameliorate this?
People do not have access to the children in detention facilities. While I was at the border in Tijuana, we were assisting families to, trying to accompany families to go to the port of entry to legally apply for asylum, and we were denied. They are made to be placed on a wait list, which is illegal. And so, we were waiting even 7.5 hours in front of the border in Tijuana, trying to bring in an accompanied minor, and they refused us. We waited for 7.5 hours.
Why in the world were you refused? I don't think people can understand, why has this got to be so difficult, so hard, so just an uncooperative spirit? Can you make sense of it?
I can't make sense of it. We're the most powerful country in the world. Customs and Border Patrol is saying that they do not have the capacity, that they are at maximum capacity, that they can't bring any more people in, that there's a wait list. Now, the wait list in Tijuana is 1,000 people. There are 1,000 people waiting at the border to legally enter to apply for asylum. They're staying in migrant shelters in Tijuana that are run by volunteers. churches and opening their homes and putting bunk beds and beds so that these individuals and families can stay and be safe. Now again, don't forget, these people are fleeing persecution, they're fleeing their abusers, fleeing traffickers, and now they have to wait in Tijuana with this list.
After pretty much walking to the border for a very long time. Well, we wish there was something more positive to come out of this, but right now there just isn't. But we appreciate your time and you sharing your story, and we hope that when you're back again with us, Angeline, that perhaps you'll have more hopeful news that this nightmare is turning a corner somehow. Angeline Chen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.